Hello and welcome to Stories for Life for today. Today is day 2 in our 5 days of book week for lockdown 2021. I hope you were able to see yesterday's story where we were counting lots of legs. And a reminder that on Friday we're going to be dressing up. What has? I can't remember if I told you yesterday or not. Well, you'll have to wait and see. So, again,
Could
we're going
you please be quiet?
Louis, it's good to see you. I'm sorry, did I wake you up?
Yes.
Well, that's a little bit funny. Do you know why? You know why it's funny?
Why?
Because I'm going to read you a bedtime story now.
You woke me up to read me a bedtime story.
That's right.
How amusing.
Now, I wonder, Louis, just before we start the story, our story today is from our good friends Lost Sheep, who are based over there in Adelaide. Fantastic stories they write based on some Bible stories. I wonder, Louis, if you have ever been really annoyed by someone.
Yes, I have. And that was you just now for waking me up.
Yeah, true. I wonder at home if you've ever been annoyed by someone. Maybe in lockdown you get annoyed by people making too much noise. Always being around. My goodness. Well, today's story is about 3 friends. 3 friends who have trouble getting along. Do you know what? The Bible encourages us to, in Colossians, it says, put up with each other. And this story is based on that. Echidnas on Everest. Oh, by the way, you notice there's no fire today? You know why? Because we're going to the snow and we don't want to melt the snow. Maybe another day there'll be some fire on again. Echidnas on Everest. Come forward a little bit, it can help you to see. This is an echidna. Echidnas are from Australia. They eat ants and lay eggs, and they're very spiky. And echidnas love mountain climbing. Did you know that? And the greatest of all mountaineers are Emma, Errol, and Edith Echidna. This is their story, and it begins at the base of Mount Everest. Come on, team, yelled Errol as he ran across the glacier and charged up to a tower of ice. This is living, cried Emma as she leapt over a crevasse. That's the big hole between the ice sheets.
Okay.
Stop, said Edith. We're not climbing some anthill. This is Mount Everest, the highest, the greatest, the most dangerous mountain in the world. If we're going to succeed, we must stick together. Over the glacier and up the ridge climbed the echidnas, when suddenly an icy cold snowstorm swept across the mountain. We're going to freeze to death, shivered Emma. You're on your own. I'm going alone, yelled Errol as he charged up the mountain.
But don't they have to stick together to survive?
And one of them said that, didn't they? Stop, said Edith. If we're going to survive, we must stick together. Quick, into the little red tent. So the 3 echidnas scrambled out of the storm and into the little red tent. Now, you probably think the echidnas are snuggled up, drinking hot chocolate and singing camp songs. Well, let's take a look inside. Ow! Ee! Ah! You're almost killed me with your spikes, cried Emma. You spiked me first, yelled Errol. I'm out of here. Stop, said Edith. Of course you're spiking each other. We're echidnas. But if we're going to survive, we must stick together. So Errol, Edith and Emma got as comfortable as possible and drifted off to sleep. Ow! Eee! Ah!
That's what I was trying to do earlier.
Oh, sorry, I think I just fell asleep.
I'm jealous.
The next morning was perfect for climbing. Come on, team, yelled Errol as he shoveled snow off the tent. This is living, cried Emma as she gazed across the mountains. Stick together, said Edith. You never know, we may run into our... What are you going to find in the mountains? Yeti! Do you know what a Yeti is? If you do, you can skip the next bit. If not, and you plan to visit the Himalayas on your next holiday, pay careful attention. This is a Yeti. Yetis come from Nepal. Is Australia here? They do not lay eggs and are soft. They are soft and fluffy. And Yetis eat echidnas and anything else, as long as it isn't red. Quick, yelled Edith, into the little red tent. You probably think the echidnas are sitting inside the tent, eating marshmallows and telling Yeti jokes like, why did the Yeti cross the road? Let's peek inside and see. Ow! Ee! Ah! You're spiking me to death, you spiky head. Well, I'm out of here, you spiky bum. Stop, 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 said Edith. Of course we're all spiky heads and spiky bottoms. We're echidnas. But if we're going to survive, if we're going to climb Mount Everest, we must stick together. The next morning, the Yeti was gone. This is living, cried Emma, as she swung onto the ledge. Come on, team, yelled Errol as you fed out more rope. Up climbed the echidnas until there, above the clouds, the summit of Mount Everest appeared.
Of the clouds, that's very high.
It is very high. The clouds parted, and standing before them, just below the summit, was a great smooth cliff. Errol looked at Edith. Edith looked at Emma, and Emma looked at Errol. A great smooth cliff where no hand could hold and no claw could cling. What's going to happen? Ow, said Emma as she leaned against the cliff and Errol stood on her head. Eee, said Errol as Edith climbed up onto his shoulders. Ah, said Edith as she stretched towards the top of the great smooth cliff and grasped the tiny claw hold. We did it, team, yelled Errol. This is living, cried Emma. We may be spiky, said Edith, but we stuck together. We are the Echidnas on Everest. What an amazing view, hey?
Yeah.
And that's Echidnas on Everest. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
What did you like about it there,
Well,
Louis?
I liked that they they didn't actually split apart, because then only one of them
Just
would
come in
have
closer. Come in closer. That's it.
only one of them would have the great tent, so they wouldn't be able to hide from the Yeti,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't be able to reach up the smooth cliff.
It's true. It's true. So they actually were helping each other in the end, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good story. Put up with each other, the Bible says. Find ways of helping, eh?
Yeah.
Now, I thought you might like a little bonus today. We've got 4 days left of book week. And there's 4 extra stories in this book I have here called Proverbs. And I thought maybe we'd share one of them with you each day. Proverbs is actually something which means it's about wise sayings. Some things to help us put up with each other. Now, we might have a guest reader to help us out with this one. Yeah? Well, it's a surprise who this guest reader is, and you'll have to try and work it out. We're going to have that first one from this book, and it's called...
Water leak.
What was that?
Water leak.
It's called Water Leak. How did that happen? There's no one here. Was that you, Louis?
No.
No. No, well, it's called...
Water leak.
Yes, it is. Now, let's see what happens. There's not many words. Are they trying to tell each other something?
I think so.
I think so too. Get up a bit closer so you can see better. They don't look too happy with each other, do they?
No.
Look what happens. There's a water leak. Is there someone enjoying it?
No.
I think there is.
They're both getting angry at each
They are, but the duck gets to float.
other. Yeah.
And eventually, I think someone's just turned the tap off. And the proverb says,
The start of an
the start of an argument.
argument is like a water leak. So stop it before real trouble breaks out.
And that's from Proverbs 17, verse 14. The start of an argument is like a water leak. So stop it before real trouble breaks out. I wonder what tomorrow's proverb will be.
Well, that's exactly what Edith was doing, stopping the argument before real trouble breaks out.
You're right. And I wonder at home if you'll be like that today.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough for today. We've got more stories tomorrow. Well, one and a bit more stories anyway.
Yeah.
Remember to share this with anyone you think might be interested. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yep.
Have a great day. Oh, sleep
Bye.
well.
Oh, yeah, I will now that you're going to be quiet.